All right, guys, back at you with Lulu is getting a sister. Now, remember, last time I read you chapter 11, and it ended with us finding out that Sebastian really likes Lulu as a big sister, and Lulu's just not really being that polite. So before I get to chapter 12, remember, I've got a little tiny chapter in here called Chapter 11 and 1/2. So I'll start it off by showing you the picture right there. Okay, let's read and see what's going to happen. I'll show you the picture again. Now, if for some strange reason, like you're from another planet, you don't know why the chicken crossed the road, ask your mom or your dad to give you the answer. I personally think it's way too dumb to talk about. So as you look closer, there's the chicken. Why did it cross the road? That was all. Chapter 12. I'll start off by showing you the picture here. Here's what we're going to see in chapter 12. I would, however, like to talk about campfire night at Camp Sisterhood. And Lulu would like to talk about it too. So she called up her mom and her dad on Saturday morning, the morning after campfire night, and happily announced, "I'm loving it here." "Loving it, did you say?" asked her mom. "Here, as in Camp Sisterhood?" asked her dad. And asked her mom, "Just to check, is this Lulu we're speaking to?" "Yes, it's me," said Lulu, sounding happier by the minute. "It's me. I'm here at Camp Sisterhood, and I love it." But she is. Wow. Did you see that coming? Kind of like a plot twist there. "And why is that?" asked her dad, who was sounding a funny combination of pleased and confused. "Because," said Lulu, "on campfire night, they teach us how to be bad to our little sisters. Or if we're getting a brother or little brothers, or our little brothers. They teach us how to do things that are definitely not nice. And it's so cool." "There must be some misunderstandings," said her dad. "A terrible misunderstanding," said her mom. "We need to telephone Call Me Debbie immediately." So they did. "What?" asked Lulu's mom. "Is this campfire night?" "And what?" asked Lulu's dad, "are you folks at Camp Sisterhood trying to teach our sweet little girl?" You ready for the picture? Look at him up there. Call Me Debbie. Look what she's doing. And look. Drastic change in facial expressions. Oh my goodness. What do you think Call Me Debbie's going to say? "Sweet little girl," said Call Me Debbie, but only to herself. And then she explained, "On the first Friday night at Camp Sisterhood, there's always a campfire night when all of the SITs sit around the campfire toasting marshmallows, while one by one, each of the counselors take turns telling stories." "Oh," said Lulu's mom, "just like when I went to camp and everybody told ghost stories." "Not exactly," Call Me Debbie replied. "These counselors are telling stories about the things they did, things that they shouldn't have done to their little brothers and sisters when they were young. Naughty and not nice things, bad and beastly things, things that if I told you, you'd find shocking." "So why in the world," gasped Lulu's mom, unable to go on, "are you," continued Lulu's dad, "allowing them to tell these terrible stories?" So here they are, around the campfire telling stories. "Because," Call Me Debbie said proudly, "when they're finished with their stories, they tell the SITs how sad and sorry they are that they ever did such things, how ashamed and guilty they feel for having done them, and how very much they wish that they had treated their little sisters and brothers better." "And then what happens?" Lulu's dad demanded. "And then," Call Me Debbie replied, "all the SITs sit, well, almost all of the SITs, understand how unhappy they'd feel and how awful it would be to engage in bad and beastly big sister behavior." "Almost all the SITs?" Lulu's mom asked nervously. "Almost, yes," Call Me Debbie sighed, "because there's always somebody who listens to these stories and decides that she's hearing some really great ideas." You think Lulu's thinking that? "And could that somebody," Lulu's dad asked nervously, "possibly be a somebody that we know?" "Possibly," was Call Me Debbie's not too comforting answer. "Let's wait and see." Chapter 13. So we've kind of got a cliffhanger now. We had a plot twist and a cliffhanger. Is Lulu the one that is not taking the lesson and doing the opposite? So they want to, in that campfire nights, they're hoping the girls realize what they should not do with somebody. But like Call Me Debbie said, there's always somebody that doesn't. So we're wondering if Lulu's going to be that person. We talked a lot in class when we read this, that this book is teaching us a good lesson here, right? And the lesson we already know, even just through chapter 11 and 12, you want to treat others the way you want to be treated, right? And Sebastian is looking up to her and thinks Lulu is wonderful. And she's not being the best person she can towards him. Her choices of words and actions and all these other things are really probably not making her a very kind person towards him, right? All right, next time we will read chapter 13. All right, guys, see you next time.